in the building, man. Say, man, it is your boy West Coast, and you guys already know we got the three amigos of cowboy content right here.
Amigo.
Hey, salute to all my
Andale.
Hispanic cowboys in the building. We here,
Is that
baby.
one of them? I don't even...
The three
Man.
amigos of cowboy content. You already know I'm taking.
Como esta?
You got those, huh?
I said, como esta? We speaking Spanish. I just threw in
Oh,
our
Casa,
words.
su casa. All of that.
Hey, say. Looking like this. Bien. Yeah.
Muy bien, very good, my boy.
Very good.
Then
Y'all
I
didn't even
keep.
know. You didn't even know. I can listen
don't
to
know.
why eat so much cardio side on a daily basis. I'm officially like 1/3. You know what I'm saying? Because in California, Mexican food is our barbecue. You know what I'm saying? So, in the South, they got barbecue everywhere. Out here, we got Mexican food. That's our barbecue. You know what I'm saying? So,
They're
we
like
got the three
Miami.
amigos. I got my boy HTM, landlord. And hey, man, we got a special guest in the building, man. My guy's so big, we had to give him his own screen, man. I call him T. Pierce, man. But hey, we got my boy Terrence in the building, man. Also, if you're looking at him, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you're looking at him, he looked kind of familiar, right?
You look very familiar.
You guys remember that Washington game when Micah had like 2.5 sacks and he had all that scruffy hair on him because it was cold? You know what I mean? Don't he look like a Micah Parson in a cold weather game?
I know he's trying to get weird out like me.
He say he trying to be like Big Bro.
Listen to me. We got T Pierce, man. My boy T Parsons on here, man. Micah Parsons' big brother, man. Got him on here. We're gonna talk some football, we're gonna talk some content, and we're gonna talk some life in football with Mr. Parsons, man. So hey, man, go ahead and introduce yourself, give yourself an official introduction. Let's get into this content, man.
Hey, yeah, I'm Terrence Parson Jr. You can catch me at all socials at T Parsboy. I got a podcast, Real Talk by Parsons and Capers. We just started it 2 weeks ago. It's doing numbers. It's definitely advise y'all to tune in.
Hey, and real quick too. Hey, shout out to my boy Capers too, because hey, if you think you nice on that Madden, I got a homie that's nicer. And if you got money, I got a homie that I got a couple dollars I put on him. So he that dude. So shout out to King Cape on there. That's my little Madden assassin. Anybody in the nation that got like $50 to $100, I'm a side better. I don't play, but I got a homeboy that do.
And I play too.
Okay.
Yeah, I stream and all that.
Okay, so we with it. So yo, you guys already know whenever we go live, the first thing we got to do is we got to hit that share button, man. This is a very, very special show, man. My boy, listen to me. This dude, my guy right now, he's one of the, when you type in trending topics, you got the Ukraine, you got the election 2024, and you got this dude right here, man. This is the third most trending person in all of the U.S. right now, man. And we're going to talk about why in a little bit. But before we do that, let's do what we do. We got to pay some bills. If you are here from the spin back game, that means you was watching Landlord Show early this morning. I need you to put spin back game or SBG in the comments so we can give you your special love. If you are here spinning back from any show, I need you to do that. You feel me? Hit that button right now and spin it. And if you're watching in the trap, if you're in the trap, appreciate y'all. If you're watching in the liquor store, appreciate y'all. And if you're watching on West Coast Cowboys content, I appreciate y'all too. Henny, let them introduce your people, let them know. And Landlord, and let's jump, man.
Yeah, man, it's your boy Henny the Moore reporting live from the liquor store, man. How's everybody doing out there in the world? HTM Sports on YouTube, Moore Henny on Twitter, and Henny the Moore on Facebook. And hey, man, salute to everybody out there in the building. Sin City Cowboy, I see you. He said we be doing our thing. Hey, y'all make it possible, man. We wouldn't be here without y'all. Y'all consistently support, show love, help us keep the lights on over here in the liquor store, man. So salute to y'all. And hey, y'all know to hit that like button, hit that share button, and most importantly, man, I need everybody to slap the dog shit out of an Eagles fan, man. I know that we're down and we're low right now, but they are lower. So please kick them while they down. They would do the same to you, man.
Facts. Go ahead, Landlord.
Landlord from Alabama with the same hound on our social media, man. Y'all know how we do it in the trap. Shout out to all my SBGs in the building, man. Shout out to them members. Shout out to Michael Lockhart, Elder Lockhart, Jackie Smith, You already know all my people, Kid Cowboy, Miss Patrice Lane for Nisi. Hey, El Professor. Who else? Who else rocking? Charlie Jones, Jay Diz. You know, I can't name everybody, but I appreciate everybody, all the love and support from the trap. Y'all make this possible, man. Y'all, you know, contributions. And hey, man, y'all know West Coast is the Kanye West of this content stuff. And he say some wild stuff at times. Y'all know that's my guy. But y'all got to give him his props and his flowers for making this possible. Y'all give West Coast his props, man, because he did this. This is a West Coast vibe right here. So, hey, y'all, hey, they be mad at you every day, so they can at least be happy about it today. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to
listen to me. Hey, man, I'm going to tell you like this. Everybody be mad at Kanye when he be screaming and hollering. But when he stopped screaming and hollering, everything settled down, and you start looking, you be like, dang, that crazy dude is making no sense.
It was kind of
crazy
smart.
dude said made sense.
Yeah.
But yo, man, hey, listen, time is of the essence, and we limited the time, so we about to jump right in. Before we even let's dive right into it, man. Before we even get into any controversy or anything like that, man. T, let me because I know this right here, man. You know what I'm saying? Your brother gets his looks from you. You get your looks from your dad. You guys are a very, very when you got I've seen your pops, I've seen Micah, I've seen you. Each one of you guys look like a stage of almost the same person. It's ridiculous, bro. And your dad's one of the coolest dudes I've ever met in my life. Like him, he's super cool, super humble dude. Like you would never even know he's in the building, bro. Like he's super cool and humble. But one thing I know is y'all look alike. But from what I heard, man, you play some ball yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? You got your own accolades, man. So you know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and drop your own flowers on what you've done on that football field. So when we talk about these X's and O's, folks just don't think, oh no, that's Micah Parsons. No. This is the dude that he grew up wanting to be like. You know what I'm saying? So let me know your football acumen, because I know you didn't play some linebacker in your life too, because we have been in arguments and I played linebacker too, bro.
Yeah, nah, for sure. I was more the wrestler in high school. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I did play football. I played running back, little fullback, linebacker. I actually never started from a high school team. Started from my JUCO team. That'll tell you a lot about high school football right there.
Politics.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I was always an athlete. Basketball, football. We played a little baseball. That's one thing my dad prided us on. Like he made sure we always stayed in sports. You know what I mean? Always kind of busy, so you wasn't getting in any trouble or anything like that. And yeah, I worked hard to be good. My brother, he ain't never really had to work that hard to be good. It was just
natural. Roll out the bed.
For real, like that's one of the one person that I can say no matter what he did, he always excelled at it. So I was yeah, it was meant to be for him for sure.
He been him Jones. Him Dank.
Yeah.
But one question we want to ask though, I know a lot of your viral moments so far, lately has been you and your your opinions about how we deploy Micah Parsons. So I want to let the people know exactly what you was meaning by that, because I put under your post, I said, man, you a victim of clickbait, because they made it one thing, and when I watched the video, it was a whole different vibe. Exactly. I did it on my show. I said, man, this dude ain't said nothing like that. So
you had to actually watch the video.
Yeah, you had to actually watch it. So this the real Cowboy fan base right here, man. So make sure you be clear about what you were saying real quick.
As far as Micah and how he could be used?
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, if you watch the games, you know what I'm saying, and you watch Micah and how he's blocked, how he's handled, you know what I'm saying, you're just like, what can he do? For real. He's not getting no help from the refs. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, what can he do? And you know what I mean? When people ask me, where's Micah at? Like, you know what I'm saying? He needs to show up in these big time games. Where's he at? And I'm like, you see where he's at. You know what I'm saying? You know exactly where he's at. The offense knows exactly where it's at. And you know what I mean? When you go up against a top-notch coach, you know what I mean? He knows exactly what to do to make sure he stays right where he's at. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? When you go into games and you know that teams want to run the ball, when your best linebackers on the defensive end, Yeah, I mean, it's just that's I feel like that says a lot right there. You know what I'm saying? We drafted him as a linebacker. Obviously, we know he can rush the passer at a high level. Now, I mean, never trying to take that away from him. I feel like he should do that. But I feel like situationally, first, second down, there's no reason why he shouldn't be at the second level of the defense. You know what I mean? Being able to move sideline to sideline and make the plays that we've seen him make over the last 3 years, hawking people down, you know what I mean, causing fumbles, making, you know what I mean, making tackles sideline to sideline. I feel like that's when he's at his best, when he can roam free, make the plays that, you know what I mean, other people on the defense, you know what I mean, even around the league wouldn't be able to make. You know what I'm saying? And second and long, third and long, he can still go get the quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
From the linebacker position.
From the linebacker position, moving the D in if you want to, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
There's things that we can do to make sure that the league knows this is the best player in the league and you can't limit him.
Ah, man, that's a mic drop right there. Like that, I ain't gonna lie. I was one of the people at first. I was saying like, hey man, if Micah gonna be a dominant pass rusher, just let him be dominant at pass rush. But once I seen it, it opened my eyes later on because like it took a season or so. But once I seen all of those wasted reps and wear and tear on defensive end, because we know he's not built for a defensive end in his body. He's a little slender. You know what I'm saying? He's made a little more slender. So after I took into account all of this wasted, you know what I'm saying, wear and tear on his body, and just to get a couple of sacks a game, it really didn't make sense. I'm like, he could be helping on the second level more too. So I really kind of did a 360 in my thought process. So I'm pretty much on that side right now too, though.
I mean, I agree with that thought process, because remember when we first initiated Micah Parsons, we had that boy everywhere. If you look at his rookie season, he even had a pass defended down the field, right?
Yeah, he was guarding Saquon out the backfield, guarding Goddard. You know what I mean? Like that's things that we struggle with. Guarding the running back, guarding the tight end. You know what I'm saying? We struggle with those things. I'm not saying he should be doing those things. I feel like, yeah, he should be going after the quarterback. But I'm saying in certain situations, you see what Fred Warner does. He wrecks games. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of person Micah could be as long as, you know what I mean, go get the quarterback.
Yeah, and it's hard to account for somebody you can move anywhere. Right, you can't really game plan. If Micah Parsons attached to the defensive line, I can just chip him with a tight end. I can blow him up. I can run directly at him with no consequences. Like landlord just said, man, the man is what 240, maybe 230, if that, a 312, 330-pound offensive lineman running across pulling. Like that's hard to deal with. But if you line Micah Parsons up at a traditional linebacker spot, if you line him up off-ball linebacker, it's much more difficult to actually get to him at the second level. That way he can utilize that speed and athleticism and get where you need to be. But I have a question for y'all, man, because I know you said this is where Micah Parsons wanted to be in the drafting process. Y'all from Pennsylvania. How the hell did y'all end up being Dallas Cowboys fans, man?
My dad, he was the first one. My dad and my dad's brother, you know what I mean? The first real diehard Cowboy fans, you know what I mean? My first football games that I watched on the TV, Dallas Cowboy games, you know what I'm saying? So Micah, you know what I mean? He wasn't really a Cowboy fan. He was more of like, you know what I mean? He liked players. He didn't really have a certain team. But when
that came evident throughout the off season too, you know, he ain't lying about that, yo.
So and basically, you know what I mean, when Penn State came down here for the Cotton Bowl, we were down here for that week, and you know what I mean, we liked what we see. You know what I mean, we like the area, everything. You know what I mean, there's a lot to do. The weather's great. You know what I'm saying? So it was one of those things where like, hey, we could see ourselves down here, like, you know what I mean, living down here. So, you know what I mean, throughout the draft process, this is literally where we wanted to be. You know what I mean? Obviously, I had my own selfish reasons. And yeah, I mean, when Dak got hurt, I told him, I was like, yo, we probably going to Dallas for real. Like, if you don't go in that top 5, there's no reason why we're not in Dallas.
Yeah.
Facts. Hey, so man, listen to him. I'm probably the only person that's gonna give some pushback on Micah playing middle linebacker or playing in the back, playing off ball, right?
For like an hour the other
day. Hey, listen, man, listen. You know me, right? I gotta listen, man. I know I got a mortgage, I got rent, And then I got a mortgage, I got rent, I got insurance, I got deductibles, I got a whole bunch of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always worried about the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, excuse me for always wanting to bring up the money. But in this professional sports that we live in and that we play in, it's something that's always going to come up. And I'm going to tell y'all, right, as much as we love, listen to me, Fred Warner, I've been screaming Fred Warner for a long time. One of the best football players, and not even just linebackers in football. It's one of the best football players in football. Do I think Micah Parsons is in that sphere of one of the best football players in football? Absolutely. He's a top 25 overall player in all of football, for sure, right? This is the only thing that I have about Micah Parsons going in the backfield or coming off the line. Micah Parsons has had a historic season this year. 14 sacks. He's probably the only Dallas Cowboy to do it, 3 years in a row, 10 plus sacks. Ain't nobody ever did that. DeMarcus Ware ain't did that. I didn't even bring up DeMarcus Lawrence, but DeMarcus Ware never did.
He's on the second player ever after Reggie White to have
done it in the history of the NFL. So we know ain't nobody in the Cowboys done it before. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. Cowboy Nation looks him right now as being overrated. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. To the degree of Cowboy Nation, most of them don't know what the word love means. Most of them don't know what the word elite means. And most folks in the nation don't know what the word overrated means. But I will say this. Cowboy fans are not satisfied. Never satisfied. And I'm going to keep it real. With the buildup of who Micah is right now, man, I don't think the Cowboy Nation can handle. A lot of people say they want him to go to the off ball. But we got to remember, if he go to off ball, there might not be as many him crawling on the ground like a lion.
But hold on. I just want to say this. Now, we watched this season. Would you rather have 40 tackles, 14 sacks, or 100 tackles, 15, 20 tackles for loss, and 10 sacks? What would you rather have?
Give me that one.
The latter. Hey, real quick, shout out to Corey Vaughn for the 5-piece. He said, shout out to Northeast Cowboys fans. I'm from Delaware. Salute to that, my brother.
And maybe even an interception or two. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, what would you rather have? Yeah, I mean, who's making more of an impact on your team?
I would say the latter makes more of an impact, right? If he can still have double-digit sacks and have all the tackles, that'd be fine.
We've seen his rookie year, he could part-time pass rush and hit double-digit sacks.
My only thing I will push back on is I would ask Micah to do that after he signs the deal, because once the money's in place, you cannot get hold. Because we all know there's a difference in between linebacker money and pass rusher money. Because you're
about $12 million a year.
It's more than $12 million. Like Micah Parsons is probably should be like $38 million. The highest paid linebacker only making $20. So that's damn near $20 million difference in what Micah deserves a year and what they would try to do him. We just know that the front office shady.
And then think about this: if you're the front office and you do pay someone, this is the thing I love about Micah. His success is actually taking a shot at him. I love the fact that Micah has these problems because he's so freaking good.
Exactly.
Like, it's different when you have these problems because, bro, you're not really good. Like, are you okay? But, like, I love the fact, because think about this. As good as D-Law was, you know what they said when D-Law was trying to get paid? Well, he's not Von Miller. You know what I'm saying? When it's Micah Parsons time to get paid, what up, CFO? They're going to be like, well, he is Micah Parsons. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing you can say. Because we all know that he is that dude. And crazy story, nobody's even saying that he can't do it. I'm not saying, listen, middle linebackers typically don't get sacks. That's just historically, they're not allowed blitzing. Do I think that Micah Parsons could be the one caveat guy to be the difference? Hell yeah. You want to know why? Because Patrick Mahomes is probably the least most mechanical quarterback in NFL history. He'd have been to 6 AFC championship games. So miss me on you got to throw it straight like this and you can. No, he knew whatever he got to do to win it. Nobody trips. Nobody trips, bro. Ain't nobody teaching no kids to throw the ball sidearm. That's baseball talk, bro.
Okay, I got one question I want to do. I know you like I said, they headlined your comments with Micah Parsons blast Dak Prescott. You know what I'm saying? Micah Parsons' brother blast Dak Prescott. That's what the headline was. And then when I read it and looked at the video, that was nothing of the sort. Now
Man.
you did make an interesting comment about it. And necessarily, like, I did it. I do my content unbiasedly. Like, if I would have disagreed with you, I'd have been like, I don't agree with this. But you can ask my people. I stand on mine. I said, man, this dude ain't told no lies. Like, most of the stuff that you said, I was like, he really ain't telling no lies. But when I asked you, said you did make an interesting comment in saying that you pretty much said if Dak would take like 40 million, he'll be able to get the necessary people that he'll need around him. And like, you know, I know he ain't taking that big of a pay cut, but I think I get what you're saying though. Like, that's what I'm pushing right now. We need bigger weapons. We need more weapons. So kind of clear up what your Dak Prescott comments was for the people.
Just, I mean, like I said, I talked about it on my podcast, but basically I was just like, yeah, I mean, watching the playoff game in the stadium, watching that shit go down like that. I was just like, yeah, I mean, leaving the stadium. Yeah, I mean, I think somebody said like, what's my first reaction? We need more help.
Facts. Everybody felt that way, bro. Everybody felt that way.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
they just put a mic in your face though, but everybody felt that way.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, knowing that we need more help as a quarterback, how can you possibly go and ask for 60 million? You know what I'm saying? Like, knowing that, watching that game unfold, you know what I mean? I don't want to count nobody's money, like I said. Like, I mean, I don't want to do none of that. But as a fan, you know what I mean? When I watch you go to that podium and say you want to do whatever it takes to win, you know what I'm saying?
Let's see.
Do whatever it takes to
win. We're going to find out when it's time to get that money.
Do whatever it takes to win. Because I watched Tom Brady do whatever it took to win. You know what I'm saying? And it paid off. You know what I'm saying? So if you're serious about bringing the city a championship, then, you know what I mean, do everything. You know what I mean? Do everything, because ain't no way you watch that game and say, I can take 60 million and, yeah, I mean, this team can lose some guys and we'll still be back and do what we want to do. It ain't going to go like that. I watched the first 8 years and I said every year we need more help. And, you know what I mean? We ain't never get it. So, yeah, I mean, when we could have got it, that's the part that makes me mad. When we could have got it, when he was on his rookie contract, when we ain't paying for 5 years, he could have had it. You know what I mean? But now that, you know what I mean, you got your first payday. You know what I'm saying? This next payday is still going to be a payday. It might not be 200 million, 300 million, but it's still going to be a payday. You know what I'm saying? You're not losing no sleep if you get a tip.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it real.
Let me get this real quick.
Go ahead, say it.
Because I got a $10 cash out from El Professor. He said, "Good job on the interviews, fellas. Salute to you, my brother." And then the boy Samson Arvis hit one of y'all with a 5-piece. He said, "Quinn holding us hostage. Seattle probably laying on hiring him, so we can't find the best replacement." And listen, I'm gonna let you go, Wes, but I just want to say this about Dan Quinn. Real quick, I'm out on Dan Quinn already any damn way. I'm tired of nickel defense and dime defense 24/7. If you look at the stat they posted on ESPN, it was like 48 of the 56 possessions they played nickel and dime defense, right? And we know that they were out there running, they were toting that thing. And and they out there just running that almost exclusively. And Corey Von Hill with another 10-piece. He said, "How many have done that in order to win besides Brady?" I'm not taking a shot, just a question. Y'all making a valid point. Not too many people.
Not many. That's why nobody did Brady.
That's my point. A lot of people don't really want to win.
Yeah, but hey, I want to clear something up about Brady, right? Because there's always this conception that Tom Brady took less money, right? Tom Brady didn't take. Listen to me. Tom Brady didn't. First off, Tom Brady had 7, because I did a real in-depth study on this. He had 6 contracts with the New England Patriots. 2 of them, he was the highest paid quarterback in football, right? This is what Tom Brady didn't really do. The market for Tom Brady back then would be like $30 million a year. Tom would take 25. Tom never took money that would make him like, he was always a top paid quarterback because his agent, you got to remember, his agent has to get paid. So his agent is not taking less money. You know what I'm saying? His agent's not over here making him like the 9, 12, and 13. He was never doing that. And I'm gonna tell you this too. The reason why I don't push for Cowboys taking less money in Dallas is exactly the reason you just said, T. You wanna know why? Because you said out of your mouth that you've been a Cowboy fan for a long time and you've seen the Cowboys not get no help. Guess what? The exact same thing that they told Dak right now to less money is the exact same reason why Amari Cooper took less money. Who did you get with that money? Nobody. Freaking DeMarcus Lawrence took less money. Dak, listen to me, Dak took less money on his first contract. What did we get with that? Nobody. The issue that I have with the Dallas Cowboys in taking less money is they don't use it. Like, I don't mind, doing things for the homies. Like, I don't mind that. But our track record shows that we're not. Like, think about this. You saved $5 million from this is money that nobody, whatever happened to the Travis Fredericks retiring money?
Man, can we go even further? Do you remember?
Like, we got $5.5 million the day he signed the paper. Who did we get with that? You know what we did? We started our backup center.
Hey, can I go even further with this? Do you remember Dak Prescott on his rookie deal? And 2018, they went receiver by committee. They got rid of Dez Bryant, and he was out there throwing to Deontay Thompson, who was out the league.
Allen
Hurns, rookie Michael Gallup, and Cole Beasley.
And that's what I be trying to tell them. When they say, "Oh, Dak never been good." I was like, bro, do y'all realize who he was throwing to? One rookie of the year. You just see what Jalen Hurts did with all those weapons, and they talking about an offensive coordinator.
Facts.
Hey, the worst. Think about this.
Where's his offensive coordinator?
Facts.
Where's his offensive in the broadcast booth?
Yeah. Nobody wanted him. The Giants didn't even want him.
Think about this. The worst starting receiver Jalen Hurts has probably ever had was probably like the Heisman Trophy winner.
No,
at work.
2021, maybe Quez Watkins, and when Quez Watkins working out, they went and got Julio Jones, so that they kept him with some weapons.
But I'm saying over his career, in Philadelphia, the worst he's probably had was a Heisman Trophy winner.
I don't know I forget who his second receiver was.
The worst we've had.
Nelson Aguilar. He had him.
But think about this: Nelson Aguilar was a first-round pick, though. He just didn't play.
He just went good.
He wasn't good. But, bro, Dak really went into a season with a $750,000 Delonte Thompson from the Buffalo Bills.
I'm knowing.
You only know him if you play Madden, bro. There's some players you only know if you play Madden.
That's why I said in Dallas,
take him out the starting lineup.
That's why I said in Dallas, bro, it seemed like they was betting against the young man. Like, if this your quarterback, why would you take stuff away? They wanna raise the level of difficulty when all they had to do is assist the man. And they ain't assist that really yet for real. Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. We ain't get nobody on defense either. It's not even like he had a top tier defense. We ain't get nobody on defense. We ain't get nobody on offense. It didn't make no sense. We just threw the team out there and said do something. Yeah, I mean, we started at what was 3 and 4, 2 and 4 before we traded for Coop.
3 and 4.
Yeah, we were 3 and 4.
Lost the next game. Then we went on a violent winning spree. We finished the season on a 7-1 run.
You put Dak with a real receiver, you saw what happened.
Mm-hmm. Made a Pro Bowl that year. I started off, people questioning his job and made a Pro Bowl selection after all that. Shout out Thomas A. Gary. He said, Terrence, I met your dad in Washington, D.C. All right, that's good. He already said he's a real one. Corey Vaughn said, so you go to the organization, say, if I take a cut, you need to do X, Y, and Z. I would hold them to the fire, though. If I was,
the thing about this,
I would make them sign to other people before I did it.
Thank you. That's what I was gonna say. Like, listen to me. Listen, I don't want to be a content creator that tells players to take less money for anything.
Yeah, I want everybody
get your bag. Because I'm gonna tell you this right now. Imagine a world. I want everybody to look at me. Look at me right now. Everybody looking at me. Imagine a world where Trevon Diggs doesn't sign his extension. What is Trevon Diggs doing today? You know what he's doing? He's begging the NFL for a freaking job. That's what he's doing right now. If Trevon Diggs, all y'all folks, oh, he can wait an extra year, make him think of, but what if he really do get hurt? What if the worst thing that could happen really does happen?
Like CFO said, that sounds pretty likely. They don't want that. They just don't want nobody else to have them. And look, just like all these other players that lead Dallas and go win championships.
Yeah, and especially talking about leaving Dallas, because I'm gonna tell you, hey, T, I'm gonna tell you what really pissed everybody off. I'm gonna tell you what everybody pissed them off. You know how your girl be like, I ain't doing this, and you be like, all right, then I ain't tripping, I'm out. Then she really sorry. Wait a minute. Baby, I'm sorry. Baby, come back. Come back, baby. See, all these Cowboy fans, they were talking all this, oh, Micah, he's this, he's a that, he's this, he's that, until you slip, until they saw that, oh, wait, time out. So we gonna miss him when he do what?
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, what?
Exactly.
And baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. Hey man, talk to me about. Hey, let him. Hey, I want to know. Let's just walk me through. Walk me through that.
Let's be realistic for a second. If we trade Micah today for draft picks, like I keep saying it. Trade Micah for draft picks to get another quarterback. If we trade Micah today, do you know what our defense will look like?
I mean, we already got questions about our defense right now.
Already ain't too great.
You would go from zero to worse, fast.
Yo, honestly, do you know?
And the draft picks wouldn't even help you because you still got to pick the kids.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We seen what happened when Micah dropped back in coverage on 3rd and 9. We seen what happened. We all watched what happened. He had all day. Somebody was wide open. Boom. Now imagine Micah wasn't there at all.
Yeah.
And think about this. Imagine a game where Micah didn't play. When was the last time we played a game where Micah didn't play on defense?
I said 2020.
That's what I said. I said the only game my brother missed was because of COVID. Imagine he actually missed extensive time and y'all actually got to see what a defense looked like without him. No pass rush, no run stuffing ability outside of DeMarcus Lawrence,
who only plays on one side. Let's just be real.
Shout out to Corey Vaughn for the 5-piece. He said, last one, make sure this is sent us as well. Great content, fellas. Thank you for the love and support, Corey. We appreciate you for rocking with us, my brother.
But yeah, man, I'm going to keep it real. Listen, Micah is really the glue because it's almost like, I'm a Laker fan, right? And so I remember the Spurs, they used to have this guy named Bruce Bowen, and he called himself the Kobe stop. Man, don't be shaking your head. He ain't stopped nothing, bro.
He ain't stopped nothing. Was hard, though. Don't
play with he ain't stopped nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Corner pocket.
But like I said, he coined himself as the Kobe stopper. You know what I'm saying? And basically, the Spurs' whole game plan was basically, we're going to stop him. We're going to put somebody on him, and all he's going to do is be him, and we'll deal with everybody else. Right? And that's what teams did to minimize what the Lakers were doing back in the day. And it's like NFL game plans, that's what you really got to do with the Dallas Cowboy defense. Yeah, you got 11 men on defense, but the first thing the quarterback's going to do is circle 11. Boop. Okay, what are we going to do about him? Talk to me about him first, then talk to me about everybody else.
He opens everything up for everybody else. Trayvon Diggs, 11 picks without Micah. You know what I'm saying?
It is a marriage between the pass rush and the back seven. You know what I'm saying? That's true.
And to be honest, and think about this, with Trevon Diggs going down this year, the pass rush is what really solidified, because I'm gonna tell you, pass rush is what's really solidified your passing game. That's why you have these young receivers that are still budding. So it's like, you're absolutely right in that atmosphere as far as Cowboys need it. And I'm gonna tell y'all this right now, man. This is just something that happens with every Cowboy player, man. And it's crazy because when he came into the league, I was thinking to myself, what is Cowboy fans really gonna do to tear this young man down? Because they do it to everybody, bro. They find something. We find something to tear every single person down. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. Micah has done a phenomenal job of playing good, talking his talk, and walking his walk. It's a difference between guys that, some guys just be talking, but they don't be walking. Mike is talking, and he walking it. And he got a podcast that he bumping out all the time, you know what I'm saying, putting this information out there.
You just asked that question. You know exactly what they're going to degrade him with.
Go ahead.
I don't know why they hate that. Like, you know how many comments I get about that? Like, why your brother have a podcast? I'm like, you telling me a person who's as elite as him, you don't want his opinion on football?
Fact.
Yeah, that's they have a question. They have a question. They
That's
said
that's fire, bro.
they
Yeah, I'm saying,
asked,
like,
would y'all be okay if Dak's career turned out like John Elway's, just winning Super Bowls the last 2 years of his career,
yeah.
and struggling all the way up there? But listen, John Elway, he won his last 2 championships in what years? Like year 17 and 18. So
Hey,
would
can
y'all?
I say something real quick? We can't answer questions like that. Like you do
They say
not
how
have
you,
a business.
they ask how you feel about it. You
Yeah,
can
but
feel
this
however
the
you
thing.
want to about an outcome.
What I can say though, I do feel like we're going into the prime eras of Dak's career.
I agree with
Okay,
that.
me too.
I can't say
Agreed.
that. I can't say
But
that.
I still feel like he need more help though.
Exactly.
He still need more help though.
Listen,
And John
I mean,
Elway can
but
do
even if
anything
you're
but
not going to
really
get
good.
him more help on the offensive side of the ball, stack the defense up. Because I just watch what defense do.
Facts.
Defense
Facts.
keep you in the game when your quarterback is struggling, so your quarterback can go make the plays to win the game.
Facts. I just said that on my show. I said, bro, everybody mad at that when he don't do it the first time. I've been seeing other defenses giving their offense a couple of more times at it.
Yeah.
Like instead of giving up 3 points every time or a touchdown every time, they getting stops and getting punts. So that's something I didn't see from this defense, man. Like real talk.
That's what I'm saying.
It wasn't him.
The postseason, y'all expecting Dak to do the impossible. It's damn near impossible for him to go in and play the 3 to 4 best games of his life and get a Super Bowl. That's almost impossible. There's going to be a game or two where he struggles in there, and the defense is going to have to keep him in the game. Like there's going to be a point. Like it's going to have to come down to that. Like I mean, if you watch the Ravens and the Texans game, the Texans didn't score no second half points.
I mean, they didn't score any offensive points. They scored a field goal.
Yeah, I mean, like the Packers game. What the Packers had? 3 points after halftime? Touchdown at halftime? Something like that. One score?
Yeah.
I mean, all that matters. You know what I mean? When we played the Packers and we took 6 minutes to go get 3 points, and the second the defense got on the field, they went right down the field and scored. I said we lost.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say something too. Like my thoughts on the podcast is this: I think fans, we project our own fears and our own failures on other people. Listen to me. Just because you can't walk and talk at the same time, don't mean that somebody else can't. Like, listen to me. They have signs in Vegas that literally say, "Don't text and walk." You want to know why? Because some idiot in Vegas was walking and texting and walked into a street and killed themselves. Now, is that you?
No.
Is that you? Okay, so maybe we can agree that some of us can multitask. And I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. One of my favorite TikTok little song videos is this one where this dude is playing Xbox and his girl is just standing there looking at him mad, right? And in the caption you can hear him say, "Hey man, I could be somewhere selling dope." You know, listen to me. There's a whole bunch of stuff that a young man with millions of dollars in his bank account, who keeps himself groomed, who's one of the more popular people in the world, could be doing after a victory. Bro, listen to me. Listen to me. I'm 41 years old. I've been covering the Cowboys since 2016. I've been partying and kicking it with the Cowboys since 2014 because I had a homie on the team, right? Listen, there's this thing they like to do called victory lap. They don't really do that too much no more. You know what I'm saying? What I mean is, after a win, oh yeah, we hitting the boom wobs and the wing whams and the wop bobs. We hitting all them. You know what these dudes are now doing after they beat the Philadelphia Eagles? They're going home and getting on podcasts and talking to you. Like, my question is, dude, don't you want to know? Like, listen to me. If these players, if we're a jealous girlfriend and these players are our boyfriends who we don't trust, I want his ass on Xbox all day. Why? Because I can see your ass, and you can't cheat on me on an Xbox. You know
Wait a
what I'm
minute, CFO.
Hey, Jay Tuck with Off the Top Rope says Cowboy fans say players need to focus on football while watching YouTube during office hours. Yeah, y'all don't even be on task on the job. Talk about the damn
But look, though,
Hey,
I must
y'all
say
just
this.
got in trouble right now.
I must say this though. I will be the one that got a little pushback on this. I'll say this. Of course, everything in life got pros and cons. You know what I'm saying? It's pros to having, it's pros to being rich, and it's cons to being rich. You might have some crazy stalkers, and you can't even walk in the room and have privacy no more. So it's pros and cons to everything. Far as the podcast go, man, we got to be honest. It's certain things that he said that could have possibly, you know, trickled down into the game, because we see he never got a holding call ever again in his life until, you know, the playoffs.
But think about this. He wasn't getting them before the call. He wasn't getting them before.
I know. I'm just saying, but once he said it, it looked like they was like, I'd be damned if I give him a holding call now. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real.
Like that.
Let's be real.
They came together and said, hey, are you
they said ain't nobody calling it
but
no
y'all,
more.
but y'all know Max Crosby saying the same thing, though.
Of it. That's just the pros and cons of it. I just want to know what you think about that, because like I said, it's pros and cons to everything. I feel like that was a con on it.
Cons would be like, I feel like the only cons for us how people gonna view you and play against you, you know what I mean, with the comments that you make sometimes, you know what I mean? Yeah. But at the end of the day, I feel like how I feel, you know what I mean, if what I say is based off the truth, you know what I'm saying, you can't be too upset or angry about anything that I have to say. The only thing you can be angry about is it might hurt your feel goods a little bit, but you know, you can't.
But they can still discriminate. It looked like they were discriminating all season, bro.
Like, I just, you know what I mean? I just feel like 1 hour a week on a podcast, you know what I mean, setting yourself up, you know what I mean, for after football is not taken away from what you're doing on the field, especially.
Okay, well, let's take the podcast out. How do you feel about how the refs been handling them then? Because they've been handling them.
Like,
they've been handling them.
You know what I mean? He got to get back. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Some things is just like,
it's egregious, man. Yeah, we got a whole collage of pictures that it's undeniable. It's undeniable.
It's just like, yeah, I mean, okay, you know what I mean? The ticky-tack stuff, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever. But the things, our arms around the neck, the blatant, I'm going to push him down, tackle him, whatever. It's just like, you didn't see that? Like, for real?
A lot of big plays happen on holes that Micah supposed to have.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you,
and that's what I mean. What I didn't like about the season, it seemed like they will watch Micah get held, turn around, we'll get on offense, we'll have a big running play, and then for some reason, I see a holding flag. And it's just like, there just can't be that, like, that just can't be, like, that just be like, there just can't be, there can't be no way there's not an agenda when you just watch that man get blatantly held and then you turn around and we get a big play on offense and then there's a holding penalty. Like that, that's the thing that pisses me. If you're not going to call them, don't call them.
You remember that one game? I can't lie. I be kind of critical on players getting penalties at time. But one game, man, Michael was going left. He couldn't take it no more, and I felt him. He started going at the ref. I said, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, it's a boiling point for everybody, bro. Like, they just blatantly not calling calls for this man, and then they calling them against him. Yeah. That's just like, bro, what you want him to do after a while? He is a human. So, yeah.
I'm
crazy.
But I'm gonna tell you this too. Like, this is one of the things though that, like, I would have, if I had to give Micah advice on that though, I'm gonna tell you what my advice would be on him is talk less about that on the podcast and talk more about that with other NFL players who are in the same boat. Because I'm gonna tell you this right here. I'm out here in Southern California. Vegas is not far. Max Crosby is saying the exact same thing, bro. You have Los Angeles Raider fans right now who are saying the exact same thing. And guess what? This kid out here in Los Angeles for the Chargers, They're saying similar things.
I wonder how
Listen,
egregious it is, though. Like, how long has it been went?
Listen to me. It's egregious to the Cowboys.
It's just like the defense in the NBA, bro.
Yeah, like
they want to see more scoring, bro. That's all it is. They want to see.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say it like this too. I think it's I think it might be more egregious for Micah because Micah plays on primetime TV. So it's like we're all looking at our 75-inch screen TV and we're like, bro, you didn't see him just fall on the ground? That ain't right.
He in a sleeper hole.
Yeah, but in Las Vegas, how often do you see a Las Vegas game? Never. How often do you see some of this stuff?
And you live in Cali.
Yeah, and I'm in Cali and I don't ever see it. You know what I'm saying? But that's and that's the issue when it comes. There's too many one-on-one. Micah is trying to fight a huge battle that needs to be something for all pass rushers need to come together and be like, bro, we are not getting calls. Why? Because you guys want 40-point scores. That's why. Let's just be real. They want 40, or I'm gonna tell you this. Holding calls, when they do get called, they need to come up with a new stat. Like, say Micah gets a holding call, he needs to get awarded a stat for that because technically he did his job. You just created a foul to stop him from doing his job. So it's like maybe they should start counting Micah caused 4 holding calls to be called on him. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because he's blowing he's killing the tight end. I mean, he's killing the tackles.
I was just telling somebody the other day, like, the way things are right now, he'll never win Defensive Player of the Year.
You was telling me that the other night.
Yeah. The way things are right now, he'll never win it. He'll never win it. And it's sad because you know who he is. Like the same treatment that y'all gave Aaron Donald is the same treatment y'all gotta give him.
True.
The stats ain't always gonna be there.
He's supposed to have way more with the holding.
Yeah,
he really do.
Like the stats is never gonna tell the whole story. You know what I mean? You got to look at his impact on the game, and he'll never win Defensive Player of the Year unless they do that. That's the only thing I like.
Professor hit with the 2-piece. He said, "T in 2025 are we repeating last season and why?"
Basically, is it gonna be the same results this season?
Man, I pray it's not, man. Honestly, it's a lot of it depends on what we do this offseason.
Facts.
And free agency.
We ain't
not even in the draft to me.
Hey, you can tell he a real Cowboy fan, bro.
Yeah, he a
real Cowboy fan.
Yeah, ain't gonna be nothing in free agency.
Ah, man, that's sad business right now.
The only thing we're gonna do is lose. So the only thing we can do is have a great draft. That's the only thing we can do. Is have a great
We
draft.
didn't do that last year.
Exactly. The only thing we can do is have a great draft, and hopefully the guys from last year that we drafted put in the work in the offseason to get better.
Look, you don't think at least the market can entice them to do something? Because there's some good players out there, man.
How long have you been a Cowboys fan? Ask that question.
Y'all trying to rob me of all my
Bro, there's good players every year. Every year there's good players. Every year.
It's too much money already invested in the team. It's over.
We need hope, man. Because the way this team is right now, I don't believe in it, man.
That's why I say if that's the case, you know what I mean? 40 million.
My dad.
40 million. 40. You know what I'm saying? CD, you know what I mean? You can't want top dollar no more. I was pushing for him to be, you know what I mean, top 3 paid now, you know what I mean? You might have to settle for that 100. You might have to settle for that 100. You can't get 130, 150 no more.
But see, this is the thing I have, right? Why is it that Dallas is the only team where people gotta take less money to be on a team that doesn't actively seem like they're either gonna go in with the money?
Bingo.
I don't get.
When the Rams won the Super Bowl, I said, "What the hell are they getting all this money?"
Yeah.
When they won the Super Bowl, they getting all this money.
They just spent it, man. They were like 40 million over their cap. They didn't care, man.
I said, where are they getting all this money? There's no way Jerry got all this money and ain't using it.
Man, listen, everybody else in the NFL wins with the cap. Right, we saw the Eagles go all in 2017 and build a team that got to a championship with a backup quarterback. Right, we seen the 49ers go all in multiple years. They haven't won a Super Bowl, but they've been to multiple. Right, been to multiple
4
Super
to 5
Bowls.
NFC championship games.
Yeah,
We
been
don't
Lamar's
we,
the highest paid quarterback in football, and look what he's doing.
yeah.
we
Top,
don't
they got a
move
top
with no
defense,
urgency.
top linebacker.
We
Yeah.
don't move with no urgency at all, man. And will
Yeah.
we be sitting on our hands while the teams that's already better than us be making moves? Look at what San Francisco did, man. That boy went and got Chase Young and Randy Gregory.
Yeah, it comes back to the front office.
And they got
when they're making no
Hargraves.
magic.
They got Hargraves in the regular offseason. They got Chase Young during the season. Them boys making big moves on their defense.
Hey, let's do some rap. We got 10 minutes before we get up.
He has no friends in the NFL.
He says,
Like, I hate when people say that. Like, I hate when people say that because outside of football, a lot of these guys are very friendly and cool with each other. When you play your best friend, the gloves come off, right?
yes, you want to dominate. I want to dominate my friends.
Yeah,
Because we talk about each other afterwards.
You know what I mean? It's friendly at first, but when it comes down to you want to win the game, all that love and friendship go out the window.
You should play harder versus your friends, actually.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like when me and my brother we play 1-on-1 in the backyard, all that brotherly love go out the window. Somebody want to win. You know what I'm saying? So all that we don't have friends in the NFL. Nah, like you don't have friends in your locker room. You know what I mean? You go to work one day and the next day he gone. You know what I mean? You don't have friends like that, but you have people that you know what I mean. You prefer to spend your time with if you're not at home. Just like anybody else would, you know what I mean? Like y'all get together, Pro Bowl, Super Bowl week, you know what I mean? Y'all hang out, y'all have a good time. But you know what I mean? On the field, it's all business.
Hey, let's do some rapid fire questions real quick, man.
We're gonna
gotta
be supers because T. Another question for T, and just do it that way. If you got a question for Terrence, y'all super chat him in. He said, T, your thoughts on Jerry Nonsense and his son Cap Boy?
I mean, I like Jerry personally. You know what I mean? He's a cool guy. You know what I mean? But, like, I honestly feel like we need a real GM and we need a real coach. And we're not going to get either one of those unless he want to give up some power. And if you don't want to give up no power, then do you really want to win?
So you out on Mike McCarthy?
I'm not out on Mike McCarthy. I think McCarthy. I think what Mike McCarthy did this season on the offensive side of the ball are things to build on, and I feel like after that, I feel like it can only get better. The only thing we need to do is get a better run scheme. I feel like on offense.
True.
Defensively,
it's a lot.
The blueprint is out on Dan Quinn. That's
Facts.
all.
That's actually my next question, man. Like, hey, you got sick. Listen to me. A lot of stuff that we've been talking about as far as fixing the defense is when it was in the sphere of us, like in the middle of the season. So the airplane's in the air. You got to do what you got to do. Listen, the airplane is landed now. We can actually take our time for the next 6 months and fix this team, fix this defense. I want to know, T, man, you're a bug. You're a fly in the wall in this defensive room. From the information you've heard around, give me one thing or one position that you think that could come into this team, help this defense, and also help your brother get that illustrious defensive player of the year.
Defensive tackle.
Facts.
I thought you just drafted one in the first round, though.
And he was excited about him too, Mr. Terrence.
Micah wanted Mozzie. I mean, I'm not. You got to see where he blossoms into. He's putting the work in. He's putting the work in.
I mean,
they say he lost some weight.
Yeah, they asked the man to go on Jenny Craig, so I don't know.
Say he lost some weight though. That ain't good.
Again, that's Dan Quinn. The blueprint out. Me personally, when you got a guy that big, you want to get him more beefy, get in the middle of that line and terrorize.
So in your head, as far as the defense go, you got Micah at linebacker most of the time. So will you pair him with what you think about Damone Clark and the safety you know, Marquise Bell. How you feeling with the linebacker core? You gonna pair him with somebody in the draft, or what you thinking about?
He probably need a vet.
A couple. I mean, I seen some things. If we gonna get a linebacker in the draft, I don't want to get a smaller guy. Like
No.
Facts.
we got Overshown. He's another smaller guy, quick guy. Cool. If you gonna go get a linebacker in the draft, I want a guy that he's gonna go in there and he's gonna be a run stuffer. He knows his job when that ball is snapped and the running back
Throw up some blocks.
I need to go meet somebody.
Yeah.
I need to go meet somebody, and we don't have, and like that's what I'm saying. We don't have no linebackers on our team that play downhill.
None.
And what I mean by downhill, I mean when the ball is snapped, you're meeting the running back or the fullback in the hole.
Yes.
Not 5 yards down the field. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Tackling to the side.
You know what I mean? That's the difference between safeties and coverage linebackers and a linebacker that knows when that ball snapped, I'm going to go hit somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like that'd be the difference. And you know,
That's who Micah is to you.
It's
Micah the downhill type.
Yeah. If you go watch any type of snaps in the all 22 at him at linebacker, you see when that ball snapped, he's going to the ball. He's not waiting around. He's not looking
taking false steps.
Going, yeah, he's, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? It's evident. Like, if you go watch my podcast, I broke down some plays. I like, you know what I mean? I think Bale and Damone Clark, they definitely have upside. You know what I mean? They made plays this year, but you can just see that, like, it's either they're not seeing things well or they're not adjusted to the speed of the game, or both.
Some of them dudes don't want no contact. That's what I seen.
Yeah, I mean that too. Yeah,
I mean, if you're a safety, man, you shouldn't want contact. Your body ain't used to that, man.
I'm talking
like,
about
you gotta
Damone
make
Clark specifically.
I know, but I'm just saying this terms of business.
He's a linebacker.
If you're a safety, you're making business decisions all day for the Dallas Cowboys.
I mean, listen, I think the linebackers need a linebacker coach. Can we say
Scott McCurley got to go?
Scott McCurley has not done his job. You got to grade out positions. You would say probably the linebacker position has been the most underachieving for the Dallas Cowboys in his short tenure as the linebacking coach. It's easier to fire a manager than to fire the entire team. West Coast told me that. So
but I'm also tell you this too. You got to give.
You got to go with personnel too. The personnel.
Yeah, because if I'm the linebacker coach, I'm gonna just name you all these. I'm gonna say bums, but I'm gonna name you all these dudes you gave me to coach. Man, you gave me more safeties to coach than you gave me linebackers. Think about this: the first person that they told him to coach was freaking Keanu Neal. And Keanu Neal ended up grading as the third best coverage safety.
McCurley was here.
I know, but I'm just saying as a general. I'm just saying in general, bro. The Cowboys have never really. Our philosophy on middle linebacker has just flat out changed. Like, and I think it's more than just Dan Quinn, because Dan Quinn ain't drafting these dudes. Dan Quinn has a say in these dudes, but Jerry is making the ultimate say in these dudes. And everything that looks like a linebacker that we bring on this team has the ability to rush first.
They probably got to stand on the table though, because as soon as we drafted Mizey, Micah called DQ and was like, "That's what I'm talking about." So he must have, you know what I'm saying? They must have pushed towards that.
Micah knew what he needed. You know what I mean? And I love Baldy, yo. Baldy's breakdowns, man. He's the best in the game. But yeah, I mean, he pointed it out first. It was like, when you have a guy rushing from the edge and he's getting to the quarterback so fast that he's forcing the quarterback to step up, and the quarterback can step up and have a clear line sight view. You know what I mean?
Type of penetration from
the middle. What I'm saying? And that's another thing I was saying the West Coast about, like, situations like that. When Micah's rushing from the inside of the line, it's going to help everybody else out, for the simple fact of that quarterback's not going to have nowhere to step up into. You know what I mean? Because Mike is going to be pushing whoever's blocking him into the quarterback. You know what I mean? So
I like that idea too.
Yeah, I mean, so it's just like,
we ain't got none. We don't got no defensive tackles penetrating like that.
And I keep saying this too. Yeah, I mean, I don't think people will have to believe me, but I think that DeMarcus Lawrence should be a defensive tackle.
I mean, he already played defense. And when I interviewed DeMarcus Lawrence. I asked him what he liked doing. He said he likes to sack the quarterback on his way to stop the run. That's exactly what he said out of his mouth. He said, I want to sack the quarterback on my way to stop the run.
Hey, shout out to El Professor for the
like he's a run stopper. That's what he does best.
Yeah, he wants to stop the run.
Yeah, I mean, he's never been a pass rush guy. He's always been a run stopper. So why not put him in the middle of the defense? You already like smaller D tackles. Why not put him in the middle of the defense?
I agree. Hey, El Professor had a question for you, T. He said, what do we do with Tony Pollard? Your thoughts?
We're not gonna pay him. That's one of the losses. We're not gonna pay him.
Unless you got a lot of running backs out there.
Unless he takes a team-friendly deal like Miles Sanders did, which I doubt. Yeah, he's out of there. I'm looking at Blake Corum. I'm not gonna lie. Blake Corum, nice running back, 4 years.
Michigan.
Yeah,
we saw about him last night.
I like a couple guys out of Texas too. You know what I mean? It's a lot of running backs in the draft. You know what I mean? And that's what's devaluing the running back also. But yeah, I mean, it's some guys that you have to pay that money to. You know what I mean? I don't like.
Okay, I got one last question I gotta ask before we get up out of here. The way Micah is, he's very vocal and stuff like that, and we seen him, doing his thing. And when it went down, we heard people like, "Well, that was you, right?" When you said you're gonna miss him when he gone. Could you actually really see Micah Parsons leaving the Cowboys, man?
Nah, he not. Nobody's planning on going anywhere. The only way he leave is if Jerry refuse to pay him, which I doubt that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I highly doubt that's gonna happen. Jerry knows what he's got. He even said in the media, "Hey, we can't pay this guy because hey, we know who we gotta pay."
Micah.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. He knows. You know what I'm saying? I just hope that it comes sooner than later. You know what I mean? Free up some cap space. You know what I mean? Get some other guys in here, man. That's the only thing I hope. Yeah, I mean, we wait so long to pay guys, and if we wait longer to pay Micah, instead of paying him 35, 38, it's gonna be 40 something. You know what I mean? And that just hurts the team. You know what I mean? It hurts the team. So it's just like, and the same thing with CD. If CD don't get paid this offseason, do you know the number that's gonna go up on receivers?
You're going crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's better to pay guys now than later. That's all I'm gonna say. We definitely don't want to go nowhere. We trying to raise our kids here. Look out for the Parsons name on the high school market in like 10 years because listen, we coming.
All right.
I know that's a fact.
For real.
But hey,
I love that, man. I love that. So, hey, man, the cat's out the bag. You know what I'm saying? We know everything that needs to be known, man. This was a great conversation, man. Hey, man, listen to me. This is an interview, but this ended up being exactly what we needed it to be. And that's just an introduction to a show that we need to do at least once or twice a week, man. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, man, you got great content. You got great knowledge. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. These next 6 months, it's going to be long after the Super Season. It's not so bad right now because NFL football is on. But listen to me. In about 3 weeks, everybody's going to be hurting because Super Bowl will be over. Everything will be gone. It's going to be 5.5 months without football. And listen, around that time, T, we're going to need you on here at least once a week to get on here and talk about some Cowboy content. And I'm going to be honest with you. You sound like you know about that draft, young man.
Yeah, I'm very knowledgeable in the game. I know what we need, all of that. Like, I pride myself on having a very high football IQ. I don't like talking with ignorance. You know what I mean? When I'm debating with guys, I'm bringing facts over opinions. You know what I mean? And guys, you know what I mean? A lot of guys can't keep up fact for fact with me. It's always opinionated. It's just like, you know what I mean? That's never gonna fly. You know what I mean? You got to have facts to back your opinions if you're gonna have them.
Hey, well, shoot, man, I appreciate you for coming in, Hitty. Hey, man, anything you want to say before you get up out of here, Hitty?
Nah, man, appreciate you for coming on, brother. We got to do this again sometime soon, my boy.
Yeah, just let me know.
Appreciate you.
Hey, it's your boy, West Coast. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Landlord, let them know they can find you.
Yeah, Landlord from Alabama with the same handle on our social media, man. This was great. We need to do it again. Appreciate you for your time, sir.
Yep. Yes, sir. And then, man, it's your boy, West Coast. Hey, I'll let you end it, T. Hey, let them know your podcast. Let them where they can find you at and when you going live again.
I'm about to say, yeah, you can find the podcast is The Real Talk by Capers and Parsons. It's on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. My handle is T Parsboy. You can find me anywhere. Real name Terrence Parsons Jr. on Facebook.
I gotta ask you a question real quick.
What's up?
Because he said something very unique. You had a very unique conversation about Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, hey, this dude said that he said some crazy stuff. He actually said that he thinks that the Philadelphia Eagles hurt, according to Carson Wentz, and that Philadelphia Eagles would be better if they had more of a passing quarterback than Jalen Hurts, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
And it's crazy because that's a crazy thought that we all agree with.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you know football, if you know the game of football and you know how it's played, there has never been a dual threat quarterback that can't do more with his arm than his legs to win the Super Bowl.
Facts.
Facts.
At some point, a defense is going to make you have to beat them with your arm. And if you're not able to do that, you're going to
lose.
You know, you're going to fail.
Facts.
And
But yeah,
Jalen has shown
I gotta skate
throughout the entirety of his career, going back to Alabama, even playing around elite talent, he cannot beat teams with his arm.
Facts. Who been saying that since they came out? But I'm gonna have to go.